All right, so we just had one of the best Sony State of Plays in years. Hands down, this was a really good show, and I've covered some Nintendo Directs on this channel, and so I really wanted to make some kind of video about the State of Play. I feel a little bit of a hypocrite if I didn't. And I didn't know how I wanted to spin this. I didn't want to just like cover everything, like every game announce. There's tons of YouTubers who are doing that already, but I had thought about maybe even spinning this as like the Konami State of Play because holy, they really killed it at this State of Play. Finally getting Metal Gear Solid 4. Castlevania is back. Holy, yeah, those are some just and a new Silent Hill. Yeah, Konami just hit it out of the park. Also, big shout out to that new John Wick game. I have a video on this channel how I miss movie games, and that John Wick game is just like everything. Like I looks like everything I wanted out of like a movie game for John Wick. I mean, it just looks like you're like the movie, right? And that's cool. Like we have the technology to do that. I'm glad they're finally doing it. So yeah, I mean, I guess like third party really drove the show, but a big announcement was definitely Santa Monica stuff towards the end, right? And yeah, they're remaking the God of War trilogy, and I feel like a hypocrite because on this channel I'm really ripping into the Halo 1 remake, but I'm excited and happy about the God of War trilogy remake. And there's a couple distinct, I feel like, different reasons. I have some biased reasons why I'm more excited about the God of War trilogy. I think there are right now some like objectively better reasonings for it too, and they've played their cards very well for it. Granted, this is also just a teaser trailer that was released, so this opinion can flip anytime, right? When they announce more, like just like with Halo 1, how they added sprint, completely changing the game. Now, I don't think with a game, an action game like God of War, they're going to do anything like that offensive to change the game. But, that's just me being optimistic. That can change. So just like right now, this moment, this feeling, I am excited for the God of War trilogy remake. And I feel like that. So I want to go and talk about my history with God of War because, again, this might feel really weird, but I've never played a God of War game. But I'm confident I'm gonna love it. And let me show you something. So I actually have the God of War saga on PS3. It's still sealed. So this is a video I've wanted to make for a while, talking about my PS3 collection and like my history with PS3. But basically, I got this game. The short version of it is I got this game gifted like right before I started working 60-hour weeks, and so like the PS3 library in general just went on my back burner. It's still sealed. Huge regret because this collection also contains the PSP games Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta, and those are just digital download codes, so I've never claimed them. So that's a real shame. Huge blunder on my part. But I also have the PS4 God of War, and this is still sealed. You can see the blue sticker. I picked this up on a Black Friday at Walmart. I think it was like $10, so it was there. I'm like, oh, $10 God of War, like awesome. And something that really held me back from ever playing this game was because I'm like, I know I could probably play this game standalone without playing the other games, but like, man, I really want to play these three games, right? I wanted to for a long time. I just still haven't yet. You can't play everything, right? Like, there's only so much time, and it's just like it just hasn't happened. But I've been wanting to. I've been close to setting up my PS3 and cracking this open, but now I've had the feeling they were going to announce the trilogy, right? So, yeah. So maybe I'll just keep this sealed. But who knows? Maybe if they do change it, really bad, maybe I'll crack it open or just hunt down like the PS2 games or a used copy and play it that way. I also have God of War Ragnarok. This one was either, I don't remember how I got this. It was either a Black Friday sale or like my wife's an extreme couponer. So every once in a while she's like, I can get like a $70 game like for like 40 or $30, like a great deal. She's like, pick which one. And maybe I was just like, oh, God of War. Like I know I'm going to like these games, so I may as well just grab it. No, I don't remember. I don't think I paid more than like $30 for this game. There's no way I would have done that. And this one's actually open. It's not sealed. A big reason for that is just like modern day buying stuff like online. They ship it to you, and sometimes the disc is loose. And I experience that a lot when I'm like buying movies and stuff. Like the disc is loose, and I don't want to keep it sealed and on the shelf and having that disc loose and risk getting scratched. So I always open them. And actually, I have one movie over there that got shipped, and the movie wasn't in it. And so like haven't watched the movie yet, but like I opened it to check it, and like the disc wasn't even in there. So like I don't know. Like I've been open on lately. Like I don't really think I'm gonna sell any games. Like even this trilogy, like I'll probably open it someday, right? So I am confident I'm gonna like God of War. I've wanted to play for a while, and I'm all set up to do a marathon playthrough. But yeah, so like the trilogy there, I guess like if I treat this as a sealed collectible, then I don't have to open it. And so this is absolutely where my personal bias kicks in because I'm a big Halo fan, a Gears of War fan. I played those games all the time. I've been through Halo since the very beginning. I played the remake on the Master Chief Collection, and so when they remake that game, I feel like I've already played so much Halo, and I can see the flaws right through it of the changes. God of War, I haven't played it actually, and so just like I'm on that side of the fence where it's like, oh, cool, it's going to be accessible, and that's a big difference too. It's like Master Chief Collection, you can get it right now on PC, you can get it right now on Xbox, and like that's like an Xbox One release, right? Like the anniversary of Halo 1 was a 360 game. Like 360 games still look great even today's standards, and it's very accessible. Like God of War, especially God of War 1 and 2, those two games are not accessible in the modern age on any like by any means. Now, I'm not here asking for like God of War 1 and 2 to be added to PC or Xbox or Switch. I just want it to be easily accessible. Like the only way you can play them is on modern stuff right now is on if you subscribe to the highest tier of the PlayStation online service for like $150 a year or something, and then you can play the PS3 versions via streaming, and that's not enough for me. Like they released them, they should the best option outside of like better than remake in my opinion is they just released the PS2 versions on PS5 for like $10. That's the most consumer friendly way to do it. They're not doing it. Their business, I cut Nintendo some slack. Like I can see it, right? Yeah, imagine if Nintendo did this, releasing like a trilogy like this, they'd get destroyed for it, right? But Sony's doing it, and like I can see it. And you know what? Like playing the games for the first time, I'm sure they're gonna look beautiful, like on the OLED, like with modern standards. I'm sure it's gonna look good. So yeah, at the same time, it's like I'm juggling with it. It's like, well, God of War 1 and 2 is not accessible on modern platforms, so like this warrants more reason for the remake versus Halo 1 where the Master Chief Collection is, readily available everywhere. So why does this game need a remake? You could just go and play Halo 1 right now. But at the same time, this is like Sony doing it to themselves, right? Like it's artificial. Like they could have put the games on PS5 by now, the PS2 versions. Like they have like PS2 games on there like Sly Cooper and stuff. So like it's possible. They're like choosing not to do it because of this remake project that they probably had planned. So, take that for what it was. So, but at the same time, it's like, all right, like at least I'll have more accessible versions versus like, I have to hook up my PS3 and my PS2. And so like, and I'll probably still want to play these old versions of the game, right? Like, I feel like I still appreciate the original games and I will. So if I like these remakes, if I fall in love with God of War and do this marathon and playing all the games, then it might make me want to either crack this open and play the original versions in HD on the PS3, or maybe I'll hunt down the PS2 versions and play them that way. So that's really exciting from my point of view. But another thing that Santa Monica and Sony have done absolutely right with this is they announced the entire trilogy, not just the first game like Halo, but the entire trilogy. And there's rumors that with Halo, they're going to also remake 2 and 3 in the same style as this Halo 1 remake. But that feels like Microsoft milking it. If God of War is doing this all in one package, that's the assumption right now. I guess it's not totally confirmed. They could make them separate releases, but right now I'm going off the assumption that this is one package, just like this package here, and they're all going to be remade in one drop, and that's the way to do it. Right? Halo, they're fragmenting it across 3 releases. Allegedly, that's still rumor territory, right? But like, if they go that route, if we're going to compare this apples to apples, that would be the assumption. Like, Halo 1 remake is coming out standalone, and they're also cutting content from Halo 1 too, like the multiplayer. There's gonna be no competitive multiplayer. Even a LAN version. Like, it's okay if you don't have the online. Like, they don't even have the LAN option. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Halo, they're adding they are adding some new content with some new story missions, and I hate myself for it, but that's probably what's going to end up getting me to get the game. if they can nail the price point, if they can release that Halo remake for $40 plus the new content, yeah, I probably will get it. I am assuming it's going to be like a $60 or $70 game, and I assume that God of War Trilogy is also going to be a $70 game. But they're doing it right. They're going to remake it. They're doing it all in one, like in one go. It's one package. That's what we wanted from Gears of War, the Marcus Phoenix collection. The Master Chief collection was absolutely great at the time, and they're probably realizing we can make more money if we release them separately. But right now, with the assumption of this announcement trailer, is that the God of War trilogy is going to be all one package, and that's absolutely like a bonus, a win over God of War over like the Halo remakes. But in my opinion, the icing on the cake on all of this, because on this channel, I don't really love remakes. Like, better than the remake, I would have rather had just a new God of War game to add to my marathon. Like I said, I have the trilogy here. Like, I can play them. I'll crack this open. I can play it. I could buy used copies of it. There's ways to play it. I would much rather just have it be accessible on modern platforms on PS5. Just put the PS2 versions out for like $10 each or something. Cool. But yeah, so I'm always gonna root for a brand new game, right? But they're going with the remake. That's cool. It's revisiting old content. Like, is this like technically retro gaming? I don't know. But what I loved about this announcement, even more than the trilogy, was the shadow drop of God of War Sons of Sparta. This is awesome. This is what I've been talking about on the channel. Is I wish that like Sony, like especially Sony, but I wish that companies would make more games like this. Like, this is like a 2D game. It almost looks like a mobile game or something, or a Flash game. I love this. I love the fact that they're taking the God of War IP and doing this. Like, they're actually doing it. This looks like a mobile, like a handheld game. Like, I don't know, like a Game Boy Advance or DS game. Like, in the best way. That's a compliment. Like, I want more games like this at this scope. Now, when they announced it, I was just like, oh, this looks like a small game. I love this. I'm like, oh, please be $10. Please be $10. Because I'm judging the book by its cover in that announcement, right? I'm like, please be $10. And like, they announced it like coming out today, which is awesome. Like, brand new content. Like, they just announced that they're like rehashing the original trilogy, but they're dropping brand new content. I'm like, please be $10. Please be $10. Because I don't know the scope of the game. This could be a huge game, but I'm like, it's gonna be $20. It's gonna be $20. And then I go in and I check, and the game's $30. I'm like, oh my god, you were so close. I want to support this game so bad. I'm gonna support this game. $10 would have been a no-brainer impulse buy. I can support this practice 100%. I'm doing it. $20. I would really had a thought about that, because I'm in the middle of playing Sonic Forces right now, right? Like, I'm prioritizing that over like new God of War, whatever. I'm having fun with the time trials. I'm loving it. And so I'm just like, $20. I'm not really trying to switch gears at this moment, but I want to support this practice, because like do this, make more games like this, like awesome. $30. I'm like, oh my god, like, what are you doing? That makes me like, I could be patient for a physical release at that point if it's actually $30. Like, I would rather just like pay that. If I'm gonna pay $30, I'd rather have a physical copy of the game. Like, at this point. We'll see. Maybe it won't ever come physical, but man, like, just, I want to look at that. This is awesome. I think this is so great. I see people like ripping it online or like whatever, but no, I think there should be more games like this. $30, like, as much as like I'm making the assumption that this feels overpriced, this could be a long game. This could be a great game. Maybe you play this and it's worth $30. It's just like that impulse buy territory, right? Like, I'm just like, I'm gonna jump into it eventually. This might be my first God of War game. That's wild. Yeah, I absolutely champion that they're doing this. So it's like, yeah, they did the God of War trilogy. They're doing all three of the games at once. They dropped this new content, shadow drop, day one of the release. They're like, it's like, hey, we're re-releasing these games, we're remaking them, nothing original, but here's something original. And it's like the best kind of original that like I could ask for. Like, yeah, it's probably not as good as like a new type of game of the original God of War style of like 1, 2, and 3, or like a third game to like this trilogy. Those would probably objectively be like cooler games, but like this 2D game, just the concept of it, like being released in like 2026, and that Sony's actually doing this IP, I love that, and I think there should be more games like this being developed this day and age, and less $80 open world games, or $80 80-hour open world games, I should say. Absolutely love this announcement. And yeah, I'm cutting them a lot of slack. I'm making assumptions right now because it's just a teaser trailer for the remake trilogy, right? They're probably going to remove the SEX mini game, and like I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they won't. I should say, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they remove that mini game, just because of modern audiences and all that. But like at the same time, like Last of Us 2, that had that scene with Abby in it, right? Which, like, the creators of Last of Us thought that was all artsy fartsy, but this is interactive entertainment. Let's have it be interactive, right? That's what God of War did, and it's legendary for it. So, uh, I don't know. Maybe they'll keep it intact. Maybe they'll remake it and make it a more interactive mini game. I don't know. But if they remove it, that'll give me more reason to crack this bad boy open so I can experience that in HD. Am I right? Uh, I don't know. We'll see as time goes on because it's just a teaser trailer. So like I'm talking out of just like hype and excitement, uh, versus like versus Halo where they already remade it once. Like they had the anniversary on Xbox 360 and it's on Master Chief Collection, which is available everywhere. And it's like, oh, now you're gonna remake it and then you're gonna add Sprint, which is fundamentally breaking the game. We don't know what the God of War trilogy is doing, if they're gonna do anything to fundamentally break it. I have a hard time imagining though by the type of action game it is. Even though I haven't played it, like I'm having a hard time imagining how they could end up breaking it in such a way. But surprise me. Go ahead and surprise me, guys. Like let's see how we can rip on this one. But I don't know. I've been ripping on that Halo remake, so I feel like a bit of a hypocrite as I'm watching this. I'm like excited for it, but yeah, I don't know. I think that Sons of Sparta. I think this announcement really like just that made me feel like that they get it and that this remake is probably going to be in better hands, and maybe this is going to be lumped into one of the good remakes, one of the good modern remakes, and not one of the bad, like we're just milking it. If they were milking it, they'll release these as three separate releases, or at least like maybe they release them as three separate releases but they add up to a $70 package, right? Or like $25. I guess it'd be $30 each, right? We'll see how they handle the release of this, but I am under the impression it's gonna be one package, and so yeah, I'm excited for it. What do you guys think in the comments? Am I a hypocrite for being excited for the God of War trilogy remake, as I'm always like kind of ripping on modern remakes lately? Or is it just, or is this one of the good remakes, and are you guys excited for it too? Let me down in the comments. Subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.